Okay. So our power went out, but this is weird. Actually, I'm gonna bring it back. I'm gonna shut the light off. All right, so this is with the light shut off on my camera. So this is an LED light, and I've seen this a few times. This is when we're just in enough of a brownout scenario where it's still giving like some kind of weird power. So if I turn the light switch off, it may, that dimming is actually happening in real life right now. If I turn the light switch off, that probably won't come back on. And then also these little emergency lights that we've got, those are being LED as well. Those also seem to be lit. Well, that's interesting. The couch is lit. So we've got one field that's on and one field that's off. I wonder if there's anything on outside. Yeah, so you can see that light that's out on the garage. That must be on one phase of our power. But it's on super dim. So we've lost one leg and then the other leg is on. That is strange. So I kind of knew that was going to happen because, let me open this door so you can hear the wind. Yeah. Had some wind. Sorry about that, Ted. So I'm going to put a light on so I can get dressed and go start the generator. That's a flash. That's a flashlight my neighbor gave me. Look at that. Isn't that crazy? That flashlight lights the whole room. That thing's amazing. Thanks, Dave. He got that for me one year. Oh, hello to the baby. I'm sorry. Was my video making disturbing you? I think Ted wants to light back out. Yeah, that's a little rechargeable unit, and boy, that thing's been really quite a lifesaver a few times. Anyways, I gotta get dressed and get out there and get the generator started. Right, so while I was putting my shoes on, I heard a click. So the boiler went off. That means that one field that we had that was just barely holding on, that completely let go. So I'm sure there's gonna be no light here now. Yep. So that whole leg is completely out. All right. All right, you like your lights back on, don't you? It's 47 degrees out. So I don't have internet right now. I was just messaging with my mother because my mother's out in Texas and apparently they're having some extremely bad weather out there as well. They still have their power, oddly enough, but they're going to be getting into some really crazy temperatures out there. Stranger temperatures than we have. But as you can see by the blinking lights down here, if we had a full set of blinking lights, we would have the internet. But we do not have a full set. And because, I don't know if you can see from this camera or not, it's raining, so I can't even send the drone up with my phone and use my backup of sending a message out because it's just that kind of crappy out. Well, you can't see anything, can you? Hey, let's do this. Yeah, that's crappy out. Why is this not focusing? There we go. So Mary's still out there. You can see how much brighter those lights are now when they're actually powered by something. That was weird. Whenever we get that, you can tell that a tree must be down on the lines and it must be taking most of the stuff out. How you doing, buddy Ro? So here's a close-up on that flashlight Dave gave me. Now, here's a message to manufacturers. If you'd like people to sing your praises, at the very least, get your name somewhere on this thing. You know, that would make sense. Just have it etched in. Laser cutters are pretty cheap. So this is neat. It's got a little O-ring on there. And then you've got a little USB port, and that's how you charge it. And then that's it. And then it's good for weeks. This thing holds a charge like nobody's business. It's a 2-stage LED, So what ends up happening with this thing is, I guess you click it on and you hold the button on, and then it starts dimming, and then you let it off wherever you want it to stay at. And then after that, when you turn it on and off, it'll be at that level. So you can either have it super bright, or you can have it set to like a half brightness or quarter, whatever you want to have it set to. So that's a pretty nice feature, because if you don't have it going full blast all the time, you can get a lot more time out of it. So I just thought that was kind of neat. So whoever you are that manufactures this light, this is a really good little light. I really like it a lot. I think it came from Tractor Supply. I'll have to ask Dave. But it's like, yeah, nice little unit. This right here is the reason we got our first generator, because the bride simply cannot live without that life-saving elixir.
Got that right, mofo.
Okay, so Mary's got a wash in, and it's not even tugging the generator down, so this is actually pretty nice. I had problems the last couple of storms that we had because I had undersized breakers out in the garage when I was back feeding the generator initially. So now I have it correctly sized at 30 amps, and I don't think I'm going to have any more problems with that. You can stay there, Ted. I'm just going to go look at the generator. So when we have inclement weather, we got to run the generator. I obviously don't want my generator getting drenched. So I'll give you a quick, it's raining right now. It's at the garage door, right on this lip here. I told you didn't have to come out, Ted. Just doing part of a video, buddy. So I just set the garage door right down on the edge lip of that generator. And then that keeps the generator safe and sound. I don't have to worry about rain. Even driving rain, it's not going to bother it that much. But I would prefer not to get my generator completely drenched. Obviously, we don't go in the garage when we have power outages, because if you're in there, that exhaust, even though it's right out there by the tire, that's still going back in the garage. So if you're in the garage right now, you're probably not going to be alive for very long. Ted wants me to speed it up, but I was just messaging with my mother. Amazingly enough, I'm getting 1 bar right here for some reason. I don't know why. This one random spot is just giving me 1 bar of cell service. So it's not enough to actually make a call, but it's enough to send a message through Messenger. Go figure. How you doing, Ted? Huh? You a little better? Now that the power's back on? We got our cable back? There. Now you can just go right back to sleep. The Yorkie's work is done here. All right, somebody's going to hang clothes back up. Why are you going to hang clothes back?
Goddamn power went out.
It did, didn't it? Well, I guess I'm going back out to turn the generator back on. It's going to be one of those days. Okay. There are, well, that tree's hit, and can't quite see what's going on with the other wires. Not going much farther than this. But, yeah. That looks a little squirrely, but I'm not sure that has anything to do with it. The 2 upper high tension lines look like they're there. So, I don't know. Could be here. Could be somewhere else.